The conference chair, ELT professionals, experts, ELT teachers, practitioners, ladies and gentlemen, warm greetings and namaste from Nepal. I'm representing Nepal English Language Teachers Association, Nelta, Nepal. First of all, I feel honored being given an opportunity of presenting a paper as a featured speaker in such an august gathering of 49th Malta Virtual Conference 2021. On this auspicious occasion, on behalf of Nelta, Nepal, I would like to express my gratitude for this opportunity and express my best wishes for the grand success of this mega event. Dear professionals, the world has been victim of a mysterious and monstrous COVID-19, and we English teachers all over the world have not been remained untouched. In Nepal, death tolls are increasing exponentially, and this situation is deteriorating. As a flash of hope, however, we are coping with the situation using an alternative way of teaching, that is online and distant teaching mode. Since teachers are agents for change, we are managing our circumstances by hook or by crook. Amidst the horrible situation, I'm very much delighted to be with you to share the spectra of teacher professionalism in a specific context in which I accomplished my research currently. Respected professionals, actually, my title of my today's presentation is The Spectra of EFL Teacher Professionalism, delving into a specific context. I'm affiliated in these two institutions. You have been noticing it. I have been teaching at Tribhuvan University, Nepal, and I am the president of Nelta Gandaki province, Nepal. This time I am representing Nepal. Respected professionals, my today's presentation will deal with the fact that teacher consists of spectra, multiple roles and tasks. Teachers are the dynamic powers of education system. Without teachers, the system cannot maintain its dynamism. Actually, teachers show their variability in their personalities. I mean, in this postmodern era, teachers need to perform a varying roles based on the different contexts. Such a discursive ability is a prerequisite to be a good EFL teacher. In light of these issues, in this presentation, I will highlight on the aspects of teacher professionalism in terms of roles and tasks. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, the purposes of my study, which I conducted last year, were to explore the EFL teachers' professionalism in terms of roles and tasks, with special reference of BMTM program, and to suggest some implications for EFL teachers' professional development for learners, better results, and for institutional enhancement. I mean to say, you can notice, respected experts, you can notice here the main aim of my research was to trace out the spectra of teacher professionalism, basically in the context of English language teaching as a foreign language. My investigation was based on this conceptual framework, which I named it as a PASS model, PAS PASS model. P represents professional, A represents administrative, and S represents social roles. It's obvious from the diagram that teacher spectra, actually in terms of roles and tasks, are these three. Teachers' professional roles were explored in terms of research, tutor, a co-learner, controller, a prompter, and participant. Likewise, teachers' administrative roles were investigated in terms of manager, evaluator, record keeper, curricular educator, and knowledge co-constructor. teachers should also be administrator. It is the next framework I looked upon, I investigated upon. Likewise, in terms of social roles of the teachers, in terms of spectra of professionalism, I investigated teacher as the rapid builder, because students are not the individual beings, as teachers are not the individual beings. They are also members of the society. They should maintain rapport not only inside the classroom but also in the society as well. That's why teachers should play the crucial role of rapport builder, and they are the agents for change. This is the conceptual framework I used in my investigation. Valued valued experts. I applied this methodology. The design of my research I followed, I adopted was phenomenological qualitative design, which design calls for interpretivism. And needless to say, in front of these professionals, that phenomenology and interpretivism are sexy terms. I mean to say they are very closely interconnected. Phenomenological design is connected to the philosophical premise of interpretivism, which examines how people engage in the process of constructing and reconstructing meaning through daily interactions. Actually, interpretivism prioritizes people's subjective understanding and multiple meanings in the research process. These are the qualities of philosophically interpretivism. In terms of approach, qualitative design, and in terms of research design, phenomenology in research. I followed this research design. Based on this design, I selected the stakeholders of the selected program, universe of the study. I was delving into the domain of a specific context, that is called BMTM, Bachelor of Mountain Tourism Management. Actually, I haven't given the name of the campus for ethical considerations. I have selected 15 informants from that specific program purposively. I selected purposively three teachers teaching English in the same program, 9 students, one CMC member, and the 2 administrators. Out of 2 administrators, I selected one campus chief, because the campus chief bridges the role of CMC, students, teachers, and administrators. And one support staff was also selected purposively for the information collection. I used both primary and secondary sources because phenomenological research design demands for multiple sources for its reliability, validity, and authenticity. So I have selected 15 informants and both primary and secondary sources for maintaining its validity and reliability of my exploration. Valued experts, I used unstructured interview as the tools. I use unstructured interview for getting for getting information from the naturalistic setting. I went to the informants. I went to the informants after building conceptual and theoretical framework. I maintained good rapport with them. Then I conducted interview with them for 30 minutes each. After I took interview, I transcribed them, I codify, and I developed the things. Then I did some phenomenological reduction and I discussed the findings. Then I maintained quality in this research. Actually, authenticity was maintained through diverse informants. I have already mentioned. I have selected the different informants as teachers, students, administrators, and CMC members. So I maintain authenticity by use of diverse informants, and for maintenance of quality and authenticity, I also applied member checking strategy. For this, when I prepared draft report, I went to the informants and I put forth the results within those informants group as far as possible. And as usual, as other researchers do, I also maintain ethical considerations. For that, I took informants' consent, assured their protection from any harm, maintain anonymity, and I maintain anonymity by using the informants as alphanumeric codes like T1, T2, A1, A2, S1, S2, and like this. Respected personalities, my major findings include 7 themes. Actually, my findings were based on 7 opening questions, along with 7 opening questions or grand tour questions. Interview was conducted, and there were probing questions. I mean, questions were emerged in terms of 30 minutes interview for each of the 15 informants. Those 7 themes I developed from the transcription of interview data were teacher roles, teacher-student relationship, teacher skills, teacher knowledge, teachers as administrators, teachers as agents for change, and teacher professionalism. The 7 themes were found in my investigation. Respected experts, out of teacher roles, I found out that teachers were found to be conscious of professional roles, administrative roles, and social roles. Nonetheless, they were less concerned with administrative and social roles. I mean, teachers were not found so much conscious regarding administrative and social roles, in spite of the fact that they were active professionals. Likewise, in the theme of teacher-student relationship, both teacher and the students know that strong bond between the teachers and students is needed for the proliferation of the institution and the enhancement of teaching learning context. However, some controversies were found in saying and doing the teachers and the students' performances. The third theme, teacher skills. In terms of teacher skills, teachers were found to have transformation skill. They had got presentation skill, communication skill. They could control the class. They could have professional roles. They were motivational to the learners. They were capable of dispute settlement, and they were a kind of leaders in the classroom. Dear valued ones, you can see the next theme I developed, I found out from my transcription of my informants is teacher knowledge. A teacher should be knowledgeous regarding contemporary issues, contents, students' psychology and pedagogy to reduce to produce job creators, but not job hunters. Actually, this specific context in which I explored was the program which aimed to create jobs within the learners themselves. Learners could produce the job, create job. They were not job hunters. They should not be. Such kind of knowledge within the teachers is necessary to be perfect EFL teacher. Likewise, next theme was teacher administrator. In this theme, I found out the regulation of students' behavior, feedback provider, character, continuous assessor. Students' version clash to the teacher's role. I mean to say, some of the students believe that teachers would be like spoon-fed. I mean to say, teachers would be like mothers who would feed its babies. But some of the students were demanding for learner autonomy. I mean to say, students' versions clash for these instances. Likewise, in the next theme, teachers as agent for change, I noticed that it was really an innovative program, so teachers can mediate social changes to the students. Teachers were the transformers of knowledge or creators of knowledge in the new situation. However, students refute such claims for not being practiced. I mean, teachers were claiming themselves to be the agents of change, but students were not accepting such kind of roles in practice. The last theme I developed was teacher professionalism. In teacher professionalism, I found their punctuality, self-regulated behavior, authority, responsibility, accountability, and dutiful. These were the findings which I noted here in front of the valued scholars. I mean to say, these were my major findings in terms of the 7 themes. Based on those themes, I tried to corroborate my findings with the literature review I found. Actually, what I found was some controversies in teacher saying and doing in administrative and social roles rather than in professional roles. This result aligns with Maduke's and Sester's major findings that show the teachers may preaches but not practices. Is the corroboration I found. Students' perception on teachers were not uniform. Actually, BMTM was in the transitional phase. The program was in the transitional phase, so it needs teachers' positive attitudes and performances rather than course and commitments in papers. Only paperwork could not help to develop the program, to enhance the program. So it needs teachers' positive attitudes. This finding corroborates Nebuchadnezzar's major finding. Likewise, teachers' professionalism aligns with Richardson's and contrasts with Kotel's findings. In this way, I try to corroborate my findings with my review I did in my literature. Respected personalities, you can see my major conclusion is that English teachers' role is crucial for the proliferation of the autonomous program. That's why there should be focus on project work, pair work, discovery, problem solving, and self-exploratory practices. The stakeholders, however, were unaware of triad roles of PAS, I mean to say professional, administrative, and social roles. And the next thing is to be understood from this research is that the harmonious relationship among the stakeholders plays an important role. That's why all the stakeholders should have very good relationship for the proliferation of such a new and innovative program. So orientation to produce job creators and orientation to learner and teacher autonomy, they should be the aim to conduct such kind of innovative programs like BMTN. Valued experts, my recommendations go like this. Teachers need refresher training on current trends and innovative practices because the teachers were not found to be aware of the PAS roles. They need to know these responsibilities. There should be a harmonious relationship among the stakeholders, development of teacher and student autonomy in reality. At the research level, other researchers can replicate my research work in terms of the agendas of teacher professionalism by using other research designs, tools, and techniques. These are my recommendations generally and at the further research level. Valued experts, you can notice from my slide that I have used those references in conduction of the research and conduction of these slides. You can see here I'm not reading them well. You can see this in the slide. And finally, I would like to wrap up my presentation with welcoming your comments and queries because I believe comments are energizers for the study. So I'll be with you for some time to listen to your comments and to satisfy your queries if they appear. With this, I'd like to be scheduled for some time. Thank you so much for your wonderful and active participation and active role you have played by listening to my presentation. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Now I would like to welcome comments and queries. Thank you all. Namaste. It's the end of my presentation and I'm waiting for your queries now. Thank you all.